Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shelf Help, a local game store podcast for Common Ground Games, your local game store located right here in beautiful Dallas, Texas. I am here once again with store owner Jamison. Jamison, hello.
Hello. How are you doing today, Grant?
Oh, I would really love for Texas to figure out what temperature it is and what season it is, but yet here we are.
Well, we get to go back to wearing shorts tomorrow.
Oh, I love that, and I'm in like the all-black long sleeve fit today.
I thought you were going to a funeral.
No, the only
okay.
funeral I'm going to lately is for my sleep schedule. But thank you so much for listening to Shelf Help once again this week. Jameson, what are some new releases that we need to look around for over at Common Ground Games?
So next week is a really big one that I don't notice. I don't know if everybody noticed is up for pre-order, but they are starting the new Arkham Horror LCG chapter. So they're starting over with a new base set, and believe it or not, if you're an Arkham Horror LCG fan, this isn't like, oh, I already have the starter set, I can skip this. No, this is a whole new chapter, whole new story. It's going to have new characters for you to use, new investigators, that sort of thing. So if you're an Arkham Horror LCG fan, this isn't one of those like just, oh, they're redoing the starter, I can skip this kind of thing. This is the new phase of Arkham Horror that they're moving forward with.
We love a good spooky time and a good spooky refresh time for all of our Arkham Horror fans out there.
There's also a lot of cool accessories that they're doing with this one too that will be coming out I think like a couple weeks after the base set. Like not only are they doing sleeves and some upgraded tokens, but they have like this really awesome so they're making these new investigator tomes where you put your characters, but then they have this awesome big basically a replacement card holder thing. It's one of their card layers that they've added extra things to, so you can put your investigators in there, you can put all the cards necessary for the game in there. It has a pull-out drawer for the rule books. Check it out. It is pretty fantastic looking.
One thing about me is I'm a sucker for good just like physical game design, you know, like not only with the pieces and the board, but also how does it feel to put in the box? How does it feel to put away? How organized and how much can it make my brain go burr with how organized it can be? So those pre-orders are going to be live at commongroundgames.com. And also, if there's any board games that you are looking for and they're going to be releasing and you want to make sure you get your copy, you can always pretty much pre-order at commongroundgames.com. And if you don't see it on our pre-orders, email us, DM us, let us know what you want, and we will ensure that we get it for you because we love our community and we love all of you. We want to make sure you get the games that you need.
Absolutely.
All right. So coming up later on the podcast, we are going to be talking about the wonderful Extra Life Not-So-Rare Redraft and let y'all know how you can donate and some very fabulous prizes that you could win if you donate some really spicy stuff. But with that being said, Jameson, what are the two games you want to let our I clearly need another cup of coffee. But what are the two games you want to highlight for us this week that are new at Common Ground Games?
We have some really interesting ones this week. The first one is a new Phil Walker Harding game. For those of you who don't know that name, you probably know the name Sushi Go because it's been out and popular for years. He has this new little game out called All In Predictions. It comes out on Friday, and it's a really clever take on a poker style game where you're trying to build the best poker hand, but you don't get normal cards every turn and that sort of thing. You have to actually choose to discard a card from your hand, and it has different effects by doing that, letting you draw cards or take cards from the discard pile and that sort of thing. And you only have until the discard pile is so full to make your best hand. And it's called All In because every round one person can choose to just stop playing cards and go all in, basically saying they have the best hand of cards that they're going to get. But before we all reveal our cards, there's a more or less like a betting phase. It's the prediction phase where we're all betting on who has the best rank out of what we've seen them do. So like a full house is like rank 10, whereas having a single pair is rank 1. So you can earn points by not even being the person with the best rank of cards, but by guessing correctly who did.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. And for me personally, like I love a good game of poker. I love a good game of blackjack. But sometimes for me, I need a little bit more like mental stimulation.
Right.
So that also sounds like a great way about it to where it's like, oh, well, who do you think is going to have the best hand? Who do you think has a full house or two pair or three of a kind?
And they may even be bluffing to screw you up because they may have what looks like when they're taking cards, it may look like they're building a good hand. And they may have gone all in even. They said, you know what, stop, I'm going all in. And as far as you can tell, they have the best hand that they could get. And then everybody doesn't get any points except for maybe them because their hand actually sucked.
I love that, especially for me. Like, poker's already a social deduction game, but I'm one of those people to where it's like, okay, I'll go in with a plan, and then if it's clear that the game's not going my way, I just choose the chaos button.
Why does that not surprise me?
Because you've played games with me before.
This is true.
And what is our other game feature of the week?
So we finally got our Kickstarter versions of Stone Saga in. This is a really clever, just massive Kickstarter game where it's kind of this open world cooperative, what they call crafting adventure game, because you are basically starting off in the first game in this little valley and you are building up your civilization, and each game you play of this is another generation of that civilization. But it's not just about survival. It's not just about fighting off monsters or like avoiding the immortal beasts that live in this land and that sort of thing, but you're also building up your recipe book because you have to craft things. So you have to hope that like having a knife and a stick makes a spear, but then you actually have to figure out if that's what actually happens when you combine things. So it has this really clever, innovative engine where you're finding stuff and trying to combine them to make things to hopefully, help your clan survive through the storms and the immortal that are walking around.
It almost seems like a more intense version of me trying to meal prep on the weekends. Like that sounds sometimes you just kind of throw a bunch of stuff together and see if it works.
I'm sure, having food and that sort of thing is probably a big element of the game as well, but I have a feeling that those people probably know more about cooking than you do.
I dare say, even though you say that, and I did bring in cupcakes that I made fresh from my home, but regardless, both of those games are going to be available at commongroundgames.com. All In Predictions and Stone Saga. I did see the Stone Saga shipment in the back, and it is quite sizable, so there's a good bit of stuff there for everyone.
Yeah, you can just get the base game. There's several expansions and upgrades and fun playmat version and all that sort of stuff for it, because as you know, Kickstarter games, they like the bling.
They do bling bling bling. Who doesn't love some good bling? And then on top of all that, we have some amazing events coming up tomorrow. We have the Pokemon Perfect Order Prerelease on the 14th, this Saturday. We are doing it a little bit different. Normally we split it up in between 2 days, but this time we're all doing it on one day. There's going to be one pre-release at noon and one pre-release at 5 o'clock. Last time I checked, we did have some 5 o'clock spots still open.
Did we? Oh. That's surprising.
It's surprising, right? Especially with the uptick in Pokemon and everything like that. But if you've never played the Pokemon TCG, it is a great time. I play here regularly on Thursdays with Josh and Marcus and the rest of the Pokemon judging crew, as well as we're planning a little bit something for the Pokemon nerds out there. Pokemon TCG rotation is coming up. So Perfect Order, a great way for you to get some of those cards that are going to be really big in the meta. There's a Meowth EX that's going to be very popular. You get to pull some really great cards whenever you put that down on your bench. So very exciting.
Hopefully people will be able to pull themselves away from Pokopia long enough to actually come play pre-release. But also the set Perfect Order comes out on the 28th. So assuming shipping doesn't get screwed up, we will have some, can't say really how much yet, available for sale on the 23rd, because as a store that does pre-release, we get to start selling on Monday rather than Friday.
Exactly. And that's one of the great things too about supporting your local game store too, is that if they are a premium store as we are, you do get those cards early. You get your pre-orders filled a little bit quicker. And if you're like, Grant, how do I get Pokemon product from Common Ground Games without just waiting for the truck to come up? Well, here's the thing. You play in the events. You come, you play weekly on Thursdays here with all of our Pokemon friends. They're a great group of people. And then that's whenever we are able to order, to open up some pre-orders. So that's a great place for you to ensure that you get that product. Come by, play in the pre-release, play in the cups, play in the challenges. And it's a great way to make some friends and to get those shiny, shiny cards you really like. Also on the same day, we are hosting our Grand Archive Store Championship.
Yeah, our buddy Stefan, who's been coming into the store for years, really liked this game, and so he's built up quite a community around it, and it's really cool to see. And so I think this is like maybe the second or third store championship we'll be doing for Grand Archive. I know that there's a new set coming out for that in April. So we're right on the end of the current set cycle before we start the new one.
Absolutely. And huge shout out to our Grand Archive homies. They really are a small but mighty bunch. I mean, I've seen like upwards of 20 people playing in the play space, which is quite sizable. But even this past winter, they did a wonderful canned food drive for Christmas. So just a great group of people. If you never played Grand Archive, Stefan's a great guy to touch base with and kind of plan everything and kind of just ask questions about the game. So make sure to hit him up on our Discord and in our Discord Grand Archive channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Jamison, we're on to our featured part of the podcast here, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Not-So-Reject-Rare Draft, or the Not-So-Rare Reject Draft. Words.
Not-So-Reject-Rare Redraft.
Not-So-Reject-Rare Redraft. Awesome.
Yeah. When Trotty named this thing, I think he was purposely going for alliteration because, he is a teacher. He likes things like that. And it's fun to watch people try and say it at times.
Yeah. And you have a marketing person who works for you with heavy dyslexia. So making all the stuff for this has been fun. So listen, we've talked about the redraft before. People come in and they donate cards. You get to pull all these fun cards and have a fun, rare redraft, and you get some chance to take up some good stuff. But there's another part of it. There's a donation part. And I know what you're thinking, Grant. What do I get from giving you these rares? What do I get for giving you these cards? Well, everything above $10 gets you entered in to win some fantastic prizes. Jamison, whenever people come in and they donate those more higher value cards, like $10 and above, what benefits do they receive from Common Ground Games?
So first off, I don't want you to think that you only have to donate $10 and above cards. We definitely need cards, rares, that are under $10 as well, because we do have to fill in like a lot of packs here.
Yeah, and we also need stuff like Lightning Bolt and other like kind of more commons that are more playable.
But like because we're making 240 different draft packs for all 8 pods here. If I did my math correct off the top of my head. But where the cards that are above $10 or above, we offer several prizes as incentives. Right now, we haven't revealed all of the prizes yet, but we are telling people already. So one of the things we do is your donations get pooled. So like if you donate multiple times with cards that are $10 and above, our little spreadsheet says, cool, you donated a total of $150 worth of cards, and we can keep track of that and that sort of thing. The 8 people who donate the most value-wise of cards are going to get to play in The Hobbit, a collector draft. So we will be drafting with a booster box of The Hobbit for those people. Like, you will just get to sit down. You don't have to pay any extra or anything like that if you're one of the top 8 people. We did this last year with
Final Fantasy.
Was it Final Fantasy?
It was Final Fantasy.
Okay. Yeah. And it's just, if you've never drafted a collector booster box, it's it's so expensive to do that. It's a wild because of the way collector boosters are. I think there's like 5 or 6 rares in a collector booster. Plus you get commander cards and you get some cards that are only available out of collector boosters and that sort of thing. So it's a little wild. It's a lot of fun. And we expect The Hobbit is going to be right up there with Lord of the Rings. It's such a popular thing and it fits in with Magic so well. So we're really looking forward to that. The other big prize that we've revealed already is that the person who donates the biggest thing will receive a Solthera the Super Void, but the special version of it that was, I can't think of what they called it right now, but it's this, we have it in the case. It's the super black foil textless version of it.
Oh, it's that one from Edge of Eternity.
Yeah, that's worth generally between $800 and $1,000, depending on what time of the day it is, kind of thing. So yeah, we will be putting that up for whoever wins the most, because that version of that card appeared in less than, I think it's like says in less than 1% of collector boosters, so they are super rare.
Yeah, I remember from Edge of Eternities, whenever our wonderful TCG librarians were going through the packs and everything like that, I remember I was off that day and my phone was just blowing up with work stuff. And I mean, I'm used to that, but it's mostly people being like, hey, you're awesome. But if I see the work chat going, I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then I'm like, we got this spicy thing in.
Yeah, the Solthera is a really cool card, very useful in the right situations, but the art on this version of it is just stunning, especially the way they did the foiling. So That's going to be the prize for the top donator.
Wonderful. And so if you're looking to donate, here's what you do. Come to Common Ground Games. If you have a card that is above $10, please be sure to go over to our TCG desk where one of our lovely librarians will be able to help you. If it's below that $10, we have a box in our play space where you are happy to drop off those donations. Now, those don't necessarily count towards like those overall
Correct.
prizes, but the above $10 will accumulate and get you a chance to do the Hobbit Collector Booster Draft, win that very juicy, beautiful card right there from Edge of Eternities, and so much more. And what does this event go towards? Well, it goes towards Extra Life. And what does Extra Life benefit? It benefits the Children's Miracle Network, helping hospitals all around America, especially here in DFW, helping sick children and their families just get through very challenging times for themselves. And at the end of the day, that's why we're here. We're here to play games, have fun, and do something great for children who truly need it in our local community. So if you got some good cards there kicking around in your trade binder, trying to figure out what to do with them, I mean, I can't think of no other place to drop them off.
And honestly, all those dollar rares that you have like 12 of that are just sitting there taking up space, please just come and drop them off the box. Or if you have a pile of cards that you're not 100% certain how much things are worth, you can bring it up to the TCG desk too and say, I want to donate these. And they will take your information. They will give you credit if anything is actually above $10, and the rest they'll put in the box with the other rares. Because we want that draft to be as ridiculous and varied as possible, because it is so much fun, because you will play with cards that you would never consider otherwise.
It's always fun to be here for that, and I mean, our wonderful event staff tends to put that together, and huge shout out to Trouty for being the one who really is the driving force to all of this. But just being an outside observer looking in, it's amazing to just hear the collective gasps and oohs and ahs whenever people open their draft packs and they're like, what, I didn't expect this amazing card to be in here, or that amazing card, or this high value card. So listen, it's magic. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful little rare draft, and I mean, you're doing some amazing things for some children out there who truly need the support and the love. And that's the one thing about Common Ground Games, is that we're a community that helps each other, helps our local community, and helps people who truly need it. So that's why Extra Life for me is one of my favorite events that we throw.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome. Jameson, we knocked this one out pretty quick.
We talk fast.
We're slowly getting better at this. Whether come hell or high water, we are slowly getting better at chatting at each other into microphones each week.
We know what's eventually going to happen is we'll just end up like, these things will get longer and longer as we just start talking about random stuff. And
yeah, you start talking about your deep dives into the Transformers fandom. I start going on rants about the new Pokemon starters.
I can just talk about board games when it comes down to it, you know, like finding random things on BGA that have been out for 2 years, like Tipperary, and going, oh wow, this game's really fun. When did this come out? Oh, this came out 2 years ago. How did I miss this? You know, so you have things like that. So
indeed. And we want to thank all of you for hopping on to this episode of Shelf Help, a wonderful podcast right here in Common Ground Games, your friendly local game store right here in Dallas, Texas. Come visit us online at commongroundgames.com or at 1314 Inwood Road, located right here in beautiful Dallas, Texas. We will see you this weekend for some of our amazing events. We'll see you for the Extra Life event, the Not-So-Reject-Rare Draft, the D&D Epic. I'm sure I said the draft name wrong again, but whatever. We're rocking. We're rolling with it. And y'all have been amazing. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.